Hi guys, and welcome to another edition with Bellrock's Market View. Today we're going to talk about the markets, and I would also like to spend a little bit of time talking about the watch list, which stocks we were looking at in the previous watch list, and why it is important to combine technical and fundamental analysis. But before we start, let's take a look at the overall market right now.
Let's take a look at SPY. Like we talked already last week, SPY has been going up the whole time, and we had a little bit of consolidation right here. And as we talked already last week, we broke out and we are again at all-time highs. This is not surprising to me at all. That's what I thought is going to happen. And we still have to be very cautious here with building new positions because we are at new all-time highs again. You don't want to be the person who chase those stocks, so you just have to stay patient. If you want to build new positions, you just have to wait for a pullback like we were talking last week. And a great pullback would be, of course, the 223 area. But to be honest with you guys, I don't think this is going to happen fast. Especially tonight, we have a press conference of the President Trump, which means that might lead the markets to go up because he's going to talk about some kind of vaccine. So I personally expect more upside than pullback, but we have to wait and see what's going to happen. So about SPY, just keep those levels in mind. Like I said, important level is the 323, which should be a great area if you want to start buying a position. And this is also the 50 EMA. Or if you are already in position, make sure you are scaling out of your position and you are not overstaying your positions. Now let's take a look at the Qs. This is something I love trading, and I've been trading a lot in the past, and I still have some calls in the Qs, which has been doing very good. So I'm very happy with this trade. I'm scaling out of those positions as well. But I still have some left just in case all that continues to go up and we don't want to miss the whole move. Like we saw similar to SPY, we saw a little bit last week, we saw a little bit of pullback here on the Qs, but then again it was only 3 days pullback. Like on the SPY we haven't seen a huge pullback, so the Qs is always like this. It pulls back for 1, 2, or 3 days and then it goes straight back up. Institutions keep buying those technical stocks, those tech names. They're being hot in the past, and as you see here, it is still leading between SPY Qs and IWM. Qs is the strongest right now, still making those moves, especially the past 2 days. We are seeing new highs. This is for me an overbought level, guys. I don't want to chase anything at this point. Just look at how overbought is it already. If you want to start new positions, it is similar to SPY. Just wait for a pullback right here, and if we see a pullback, of course you can start thinking about building a position. But at this point, if you're not already in, you missed a move. This means you just have to stay patient. Don't get fear of missing out. This is very important because most of the people just get fear of missing out and they start jumping into positions without even realizing that they are just buying too high, and then they're going to get stopped out and lose money and all that stuff. So just wait for a pullback if you're not already in. The last one which I am looking at is IWM. IWM has been a little bit weaker, so we saw also at this point a little bit of move to the upside, but then the past days, as we can see here, it's been pulling back light, so it is right now exactly at the 154 and 24 area, and this was the previous high here, which is now of course the support area. And if some of you have or want to build positions here at this area, it might be a good area, but you have to be prepared that this one could continue to pull back, maybe to the 50 EMA or maybe even to the 200 EMA. So if you start building position right here, guys, make sure you have room to add. Don't go in full position right here, just leave yourself a little bit of room if you want to add and go from there. So that's it. That's my opinion on the overall markets. I would like to share with you, of course, my thoughts on the stocks from my previous watch list from last week. Last week I had on the watch list CHGG, and as we see here, this stock is still trying to set up right here, so we haven't seen any kind of a big move. We saw a little bit of green right here, but again the stock pulled back, and right here it is consolidating around those levels. I still like this stock. It has some good fundamentals, especially a lot of growth potential. So I'm watching that stock, and I have a small position already in that stock. I would love to see a little bit of green right here, and then it will have a little bit of room until the 89.82, which is the all-time high and previous high. And if it breaks that area, of course, I would stay in the stock and try to get most of the move out of it. So I like this stock, but it is still consolidating. If you're not already in, just stay patient. The point here is, guys, those stocks, they take time to develop. So even if I have that stock on last week's watch list, this doesn't mean I'm going to jump in and trade it. I am always waiting for those things to develop. Sometimes it could take weeks, 2 weeks, 1 month, but some of you are already following me. You have probably realized that those stocks which break out, they make huge moves. And the reason for that is just because I am combining technical and fundamental analysis. I am focusing only on stocks with huge growth potential and institutional buying. So the stocks which I am including on my watch list, they always have some good fundamentals, some great potential for huge moves, and there are more and more institutions behind those stocks. This is the reason why when you see some of my stocks which I'm posting on Twitter or on my watch list, they make really extremely big moves, and the reason for that is that more and more institutions are behind those stocks. So I am looking for increasing buying of institutions. I am also looking of another KPIs which I share on my watch list, and if you are able to combine that fundamental and technical analysis, you're basically increasing your probability of success and your probability of catching a big huge moves on the upside. So CHG has been a stock like that. I watched that for a long time already, so I'm not watching it since this week. Some of you probably already know. I watched this stock since since April. It went up, it gapped up on earnings, then it pulled back right here, and I think I started it right here, and since then it's going up, and it just continues its way on the upside. So make sure, guys, to subscribe to the watch list, which is at sylviabellrock.com, and you would for sure be signed up, and you would receive my weekly free watch list for the week with my top 3 picks which I'm watching, and you would see what I'm focusing at. So the next one what we were watching at was NIO. NIO is not the perfect stock what I look at normally, but it doesn't have great fundamentals, but it has some great growth potential. It made some great moves. More and more institutions started buying this stock, so I'm interested in this stock. It is not my perfect setup, but I think it has some potential to the upside, so I started also in this stock a position, and some of you, I know that you already traded. Stay safe, just watch those levels. This is here the support area, which is the 10.52, and here we also have a small support area, which is the $12. Just watch those levels, and you can build your position based on those levels and use them, of course, as a stop. If we break below, you have to stop out and just wait for another entry. And the last one which we were looking at was QLYS. Qualis, I like this stock. I've traded that a lot in the past. I've traded it already here. If you see this area, guys, this is the 98 and 70. This is the area where I started buying this stock in the past because it is a support area. And since then, it's just continued to go up. Broke this previous high, which was right here at 120. Broke that level. At this point, it went to 125. And then it released earnings. They are not that good as expected. So the stock just dropped a little bit, and it was again at support right here. And I like this stock. It's basically because it still has some growth potential in my opinion. And it has a very good looking chart. Like it's picture perfect if you look at it. It has it has support right at the 200 EMA, which is the 98. And right now it bounced off this support area, and right now it is consolidating here below the 9, 20 and 50 EMAs. And as soon as we have some green or some green candle above those EMAs, it will be perfect. I already have some stocks in that name in Qualis, so I just keep managing this stock and this position. And if you guys don't have any position, just wait a little bit until the things are very clear and you have a better setup and better risk rewards right here. So that's it, guys. As you see, those stocks make very huge moves. Another example for a huge move is also ACAM. Just real quick, I want to show you the chart. I was around this level in that stock. It made a huge move. I was able to capture that move with options. So especially if you combine those stocks, here is something very important. If you combine that technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and of course the leverage of options, you really are able to maximize your profit. So you can make a lot of money based only on those three things combined into each other. Of course, in the right market, the market has to be bullish. You cannot do this in a bearish market. But if you recognize the right market, the good fundamental stocks with growth potential and great technical analysis combined with options for more leverage, you would be able to make extraordinary profits. So that's it from me, guys. I hope that helped you a lot. If you have some questions, of course, you can always reach out to me. You can send me an email or just text me below this video or just on Twitter. I would love to help you, and I would love if you support me with your like and if you subscribe, of course, to my channel. Thanks a lot, and bye.